Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Cooking with Love, Dishing with the Davises. I am of course Augustus, and we do apologize because we had some technical difficulties with the audio feed for this video, so I will be voicing this entire video over, but rest assured that we have resolved those technical difficulties for any future videos. Today we'll be making homemade spaghetti with the sauce starting from nothing more than tomato sauce and tomato paste. We'll be sure to post the more precise measurements of each ingredient in the description box of this video. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, as stated, we're going to start with tomato sauce, tomato paste, sun-dried tomatoes, some sun-dried tomato bruschetta, white onions, green peppers, garlic, some Italian sausage, ground turkey, fresh bay leaves, some fresh thyme, some fresh basil, some fresh oregano, some fresh basil pesto, and finally, white mushrooms. We're going to start by opening up the cans of tomato sauce and pouring those into the pot. And of course, we're going to go ahead and spoon the tomato paste into the pot as well. Next, we'll go ahead and dice the onions. And the way that I like to do it is, once I have peeled that first layer off of the onion, I like to go ahead, cut both ends off, and then just go ahead and cut vertically all the way across the onion, and then go ahead and turn it a quarter turn, and then cut vertically across the onion again. And it'll give you just nice, good, square pieces of the onion. Right there, it cuts it into nice squares on the onion. And then once that is completely done, we'll just go ahead and cut the onions fairly thinly, and it gives it good, nice and diced look to it. Now we'll go ahead and chop up the garlic. I am by no means any expert chopper when it comes to chopping vegetables or anything of that kind. I do what works best for me. So I went on ahead and sliced the garlic, and now I'm taking the knife and just chopping the garlic up into very fine pieces. You're more than welcome to, you can take a food processor or something like that and cut your garlic or cut your vegetables up as you need to. But I like to go ahead and do that by hand. So just finishing up this last little bit of garlic right here. Get that in the pot as well. I like to be very precise. Can't help myself. There we go. Get that last little bit in there. Now my lovely wife is going to go ahead and dice up the green peppers. She's cut them into strips and turned them a quarter turn, and is cutting the strips into good sized squares, good and diced. There you go. Now she's going to go ahead and cut up the mushrooms, and all she's doing is just slicing the mushrooms, not actually dicing them at all, but just throwing them in whole and sliced. That's how we like to do our mushrooms. Now she's going to go ahead and take the fresh basil, the fresh thyme, and the fresh oregano, and she's going to chop that up nice and finely right there. And on that, you almost can't chop too finely. Needs to be good and well chopped. That way when it gets into the sauce, it'll cook down quite nicely. Excellent job, honey. Excellent job with that. Looks great. At this point, we've moved the pot over to the stove on medium heat, And I went on ahead and decided to add an extra can of tomato sauce to the mix because with the amount of vegetables that we had, it just wasn't saucy enough. Also going to go ahead and add the entire container of basil pesto to the mix here. And we're going to go ahead and stir that up quite nicely. Next, we added all 3 jars of the sun-dried tomatoes. Make sure you drain the olive oil off of it first before you add it. And then we'll go ahead and add this entire jar of the bruschetta, the sun-dried tomato bruschetta. My wife has taken 1 pound of the Italian sausage and 1 pound of the ground turkey, and she has put it into the skillet to brown the meat. Once the meat is browned and you have drained all of the grease off of it, go ahead and pour all the meat into the spaghetti sauce. Mix it up really well. Finally, we're going to go ahead and add our bay leaves. Now, it's a good idea to remember how many bay leaves you have put into your sauce because bay leaves are strictly for flavoring, not for eating. So once you let the sauce simmer for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours at least, go ahead and pull your bay leaves out of the sauce. Once the sauce is simmered for the desired time and the bay leaves have been removed, it is time for the entire reason for making this dinner, the main event itself. It is time to chow down and eat. Some great toppers are crushed red pepper and various cheeses such as mozzarella, Parmesan, and Romano cheese. Well, now that we have cooked this lovely, delicious, love-filled meal, it's now time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
That is absolutely delicious.
I need to try a bite.
Yeah.
Mmm. 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 Delicious.
Definitely a keeper there.
Absolutely delicious. I think I'll try another bite.
So you go right ahead. And while you're doing that, honey, I will tell everyone out there, would love to have you all try this recipe. And if and when you do, go ahead and leave a comment as far as how you liked it, how it tasted, maybe even what modifications you made to your recipe. So we would definitely love to hear about it. Please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, like I said, leave a comment, and yeah, we would absolutely love to hear from you. So from our home of loving
to your wonderful oven.
we wish you the absolute best. Bon appetit, everyone.